locker in school. I can't leave the locker without going. You know, that's real socially acceptable with kids walking by us. I'm sitting. Can't take it. Can't take it. You know what I say? It's not just checking. It's not just checking. It's germs too, right? I'm a big germaphobe. Actually, is anyone feeling sick tonight? Sick? Right? You know what? I'm gonna go over here. I'll do the show from here. But yeah, the bath. I'm in a bathroom this one time, right? And a guy, he finishes before me, but he doesn't wash his hands. So he takes those disgusting meat claws and he opens the door. I can't touch that door. So I get trapped in there for 3 hours. Until finally someone else is able to open up the door and I can sneak out without touching it, you know? Then when I get out, guess who had to go again, right? Worst part. You know, washing my hands is always an adventure. You know, it's always an adventure. The standard for the amount of time that you should wash your hands is, they say, sing happy birthday twice, right? Sing happy birthday twice. Me, I gotta sing American Pie twice before I It's brutal. And sometimes you gotta make compromises when you have OCD. You gotta make compromises. If I see silverware that has anything on it, I'm not gonna use it. I was making myself waffles the other day, okay, waffles. You need a knife to cut the waffles with, right? So I'm going through my drawer in my house, I'm going, no, food, water spot, food, water spot, water spot. It's the only knife left that was clean. It was one of those big butcher knives, you know? So I'm eating waffles with a big butcher knife. I'm like, oh, good morning. Someone forgot to do the dishes last night. Yeah, so I went to Six Flags a couple months ago. You guys like Six Flags? Yeah. Six Flags? All right. Well, everyone, I went there on a class trip, and everyone, all these other kids are afraid of going on like King Ka and El Toro and all that, right? You know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of that bar you gotta hold on to. I mean, it's like these kids are screaming for their life. I'm screaming for Kleenex. I'm like, oh my, come on, let's go! Like, you can't push the button, don't you push that button yet. You cannot leave. And it was rough because I grew up with this as a child, all right? And I couldn't even hunt for Easter eggs. I was always worried about salmonella poisoning. You know, everyone else in my family, all the other kids that would run, would be like, oh, let's hunt for eggs, let's hunt for eggs. I come in and I go, nobody move! We have no idea where these eggs have been. Christian, you colored them yourself last night, yeah? I don't trust this Easter Bunny character, alright? You put one in my slipper last year. Why would I eat something that came out of my slipper? Easter Bunny. You know, the Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy was another one that I still don't understand. What kind of fairy takes a disgusting tooth that just fell out of your head? You know what I used to do? I used to make my parents put it under their pillow, because I wouldn't sleep with that under their You know, I'm also paranoid about a lot of stuff, and, as you can tell. Right? I'm paranoid, and I'm so paranoid that every night I will look under the door to see if anyone can see through from the other side. The most frightening thing I ever saw looking through from the other side was my mother. That That's an interesting segue because there's two other people in this world who are more interesting than me, and that's my parents. See, my dad, you've all met my dad throughout the night, right? You can all look at him. Yeah. My dad's always rushing around. He's always in a hurry. We go to a museum one time, he's rushing us through the museum. He's going, come on, hurry up. He's going, move it. He's like, remember, no looking. I'm like, that's great. You just did the 40-minute itinerary in 3.5 minutes. So for Father's Day, I figured I'd get my dad a gift certificate to go golfing, right? You figure golfing, nice long day up at the golf course, 6 hours, whatever, My father can do 18 holes in 45 minutes. He's the one golfer you'd want to get stuck behind. And my father, he's always early to everything. Really, really early. Okay? And my parents are divorced, so he usually comes and picks me up to take me to things. So we were going to Vermont this one time, and he tells me that he's going to be there at 10 o'clock. I look at my clock, it's 8 o'clock, I'm still in bed, and I hear the car horn outside. I'm laying in bed, I look at my phone, I call him, I said, Dad, what are you doing outside? He said, it's 8 o'clock. He said, I want to beat the traffic. So he's in a rush. He shows up early and everything. He was out here at 5:30. He was tailgating out the parking lot. So there's my mother. Yes, my mother. You see, the thing about my mother, she knows that I love movies. Movies is a passion of mine. I like to critique movies and stuff. I love watching movies. Sit around all day and watch movies all day. And my mom, she'll get so mad. She'll go, Christian, get up and go out and do something. Okay, so I'll go out. Come back a couple hours later. She'll be like, "Where'd you go?" The movies. The only other thing about my mom, she's got road rage. Yeah, that spices everything up a bit. I promised myself that when I got behind the wheel of a car, I wouldn't have road rage, right? When I did get behind the wheel, I cut off a cop. I yelled at an elderly couple. And I chased a kid who was riding his bike up the curb. I just wish it wasn't all my road tests. All right, guys, you've been great. Thank you.